In the Hunger Games franchise, Katniss Everdeen volunteered for her sister Prim at the Reaping. This event would lead to a series of events that would culminate in a massive revolution that overthrew the Capitol that reinforced the Hunger Games. Sadly, Primrose Everdeen would be killed just as that revolution came to a close. But what if Prim was not killed during that bombing outside of Snow's mansion? I am the Media Dunce, and in this video, we'll explore the mechanism through which Prim survives and the ramifications of this change in Panem's history. Before I begin, if you are an Avengers fan and you just can't wait for Avengers Endgame to come out, I am doing an Avengers 4 fanfiction called Watched by Death. Right now, I have the first 4 parts of that story up on YouTube. Parts 5 and 6 are going to be pretty action-packed and might take me some time to complete. However, I did put a lot of work into them, so I'd love for you to go check them out. Now, I actually searched What If Prim Lived on YouTube, and to my shock, not that many videos covered the topic. I was surprised to see my video on What If Katniss Killed Snow instead of Coin, even though I wasn't looking for it. Then again, it covers a similar topic, and it is right now my most viewed video, so that might have something to do with that. The closest video I found to what I was looking for was a music video exploring Prim surviving and Katniss dying. I think it's a pretty nice music video. However, that video explores Katniss dying, and for this video, I want Katniss to live.
America. If your president calls me in the next half minute, Tom lives. Go.
He turned out to be a fake anyway. In the original timeline, Prim is killed by a second wave of bombs while acting as a medic for those harmed by an earlier wave of bombs. So Prim could survive by Luke skywalkering her way out of there in time, but that would require her developing superpowers out of the blue, in a franchise that doesn't quite work that way.
That's not how it works.
It could be that those bombings just don't occur, or the second wave doesn't occur. But that would require either Coin being a good person or Gale opposing the second bomb tactics. Both scenarios, I feel, merit their own video. So we're going with the easiest path in which the 2 bombings still occur, but Prim just isn't present to be caught in them. It's easy because Prim was 14 during the events of Mockingjay, meaning she would not have been old enough to be present officially. Prepare to send Prim to the front lines. Madam President, Prim is still underage and thus should not be deliberately sent in harm's way. She'd love to help those on the battlefield. It's forbidden by district policy. Besides, if she gets killed, people are going to ask why the sister of the Mockingjay was put into harm's way. Fine! So, Prim is safe. How does this affect the story going forward? In terms of the revolution, nothing. Those bombs still go off, Snow gets blamed, the Capitol calls it quits, and the officials are prepared to be executed. The big change revolves around Katniss' psyche. Because Prim wasn't there, Katniss doesn't rush forward, and thus doesn't get burned as badly. Because Prim lives, Katniss doesn't ponder why the bombing occurred. She just assumes it was Snow being Snow. Gaining Coin's trust was also not a high priority right now, so when it came time to vote on a Capitol Hunger Games, Katniss votes no, and so does Haymitch. The proposal fails. In the book, Katniss is still the person to execute Snow, so I'm going with that canon. Because Katniss believes Snow to be the bad guy and not Coin, Katniss kills Snow instead of Coin. Now, I already did a video on what happens if Katniss killed Snow instead of Coin, so I would just refer you to that one. Except, in that video, Prim still dies, and Katniss voted for the Capitol Hunger Games. Here, Prim lives, and Katniss voted against it. We are effectively dealing with 2 different Katnisses.
It was 2 wishes.
So Coin could either move forward with a new Hunger Games, but now Katniss, backed by Prim, will call her out and say that she lost that vote. With a fair number of victors speaking out against it, public opinion will slowly turn against the Capitol Hunger Games. Peter's arguments in my other video resonate more. Coin will be left politically weak. Even if Coin chooses to honor that vote, she still has to watch her step more carefully, as Katniss, Prim, Peeta, and Haymitch will have a lot more have a lot of influence amongst the population and serve as public checks on Coin's power. She can't simply kill them off, otherwise the much more oppressive Snow would have done so by now. Either way, Prim living allows Coin to live, but restricts her options to become Snow 2.0. Katniss does not go on a tirade against the cat. Now, the only loose end is who Katniss ultimately ends up with. Because Prim lives, Katniss does not turn her back on Gale, though she might be against the double bomb tactics he worked on. I postulate that Katniss still ends up with Peeta, though Gale has a much better shot in this scenario. So, what do you all think? Does Prim's survival change the ending of the story completely? Or do you think some elements of the elements will still remain the same? By order of President Snow, please leave your thoughts in the comment section down below, and subscribe so that you'll know when I release a new video.